If you've ever wondered what a teacher misses about their job when they leave, this video is for you. Hi everyone, my name is Paul Thompson and thanks so much for stopping by. This episode is jam-packed with nostalgia and stories, all about things that I loved as a teacher, and that's why I miss them so much. If you're enjoying the video as you're watching along, please feel free to subscribe. That would be absolutely amazing. And if anything comes to mind as I'm chatting away, please feel free to reach out to me on any of my socials. Now let's get stuck into it. My number one thing that I miss so much now that I've left teaching is the kids. Now, I'm not being cliche or, soppy or anything like that. I just absolutely loved teaching for that aspect alone. I pretty much had the best job as a teacher. My two teaching areas were drama and music. Both were elective subjects where the kids had to choose to be in my class, and that made teaching so much more fun because you knew that the kids wanted to be there. It wasn't just a core subject that they had to do, it was a choice. They really enjoyed drama and they wanted to come there and have a great time, so they came and did drama. They really enjoyed playing music, so they wanted to come to that lesson to play music. Now I'm lucky, being in the creative subject areas, kids naturally felt more comfortable, felt happier, felt more like themselves in those classes. That is why I love teaching so much. That's why I miss it, because you get these kids coming every single lesson that are keen to come to that class, that really want to be in there. And that's a dream for a teacher. How cool is that you have kids wanting to come to your classes? I just absolutely loved it. The aspect about drama that I really loved is, at heart, I'm just a big kid. I loved playing the games, all the crazy, stupid improvisation games, just as much as the kids did, and I would always jump in there. Now, there are probably some ex-students watching this vlog. I may or may not have tried to rig many a game so that I used to win. It was just, I suppose I was allowed to do it when I was a teacher. The amount of times that I have done some kind of costume fashion parade in drama where we put on a bunch of silly costumes is incredible. Thank goodness that the kids, when I was teaching, didn't have their phones in class. Otherwise, I'm sure that there would be a million embarrassing photos of me in ridiculous costumes. I enjoyed teaching music for the simple fact that I got to play music, that I got to jam with the kids. I got to play the instruments with them, and that was really exciting and really fun to be a part of. So I taught in high school, and the students would enter in grade 8 at 12 years old, and they would leave at the end of year 12, and they were about 17, 18 years old. What I loved most about that is the kids that you saw at the start of year 8 are terrified. Day one, they look tiny. Their bags, their backpacks are so full of books that they're weighing them down. They shuffle in, their uniform is schmicko, everything's tucked in, socks are up, hats are flat, and they just are pale. They look terrified. And you think, how are these kids going to survive? How are they going to make it through school? This is just going to be incredible to see them come from primary school where a lot of nurturing happens to high school where it's time to go out on your own and find your own classrooms and have all these different teachers. So for a lot of the kids it's a really anxious time. Being able to watch them grow and change and mature over the next 5 years was so cool. I remember the amount of times that we'd get to this grade 12 graduation and you'd have these young adults and you would be so proud to see them graduating. You would just feel so incredibly proud to see what they have done, to think back to all of the lessons, the hours and hours and hours of classes and homework and assignments and all of this effort and hard work done. I remember when I was in high school and that feeling of elation, of joy, of happiness of finishing school. I get it. I know what these kids are feeling and I know how exciting it is for them. One really interesting thing that I'm missing about teaching now that I'm working remotely is the fact that as a teacher at the school, I would have a conversation, a social, in-person interaction with 300 to 500 people every day. I used to know everyone's name. I used to say hello to every single student I walked past. I used to chat at lunchtime. I used to talk non-stop. As soon as I went to working remotely and moving out of that workplace, I lost that social engagement and that social interaction. And that was hard. That was a tough learning curve from me. I mean, yeah, sure, we chat on Slack and have video calls and things like that, but it's different. It's just not the same. So coming from a really socially dense place, I miss that. You know, I miss just being able to sit and have lunch with a group of people. I miss being able to walk around the corner and see another set of faces, and walk into a room and see another set of faces, and meeting new people and new kids every day. I miss that. And that's one thing that I've really had to learn how to kind of accept and to grow comfortably with. Initially that was tougher than it is now. I feel a lot more comfortable now. I'm doing a ton of things outside of work to make up for the fact that I don't talk to anyone in real life except for the dog during most of my work day. So now I've got a really great balance there with some really good friends, and I value that social engagement and interaction outside of work so much more now. Here's the big ticket item, the one that you're all waiting for, I am sure. People used to say to me all the time, teachers, you are so lucky. You get school holidays, 10 weeks a year. What kind of job is that? You don't work for 10 weeks a year? Well, buddy, let me tell you, we may, as teachers, have had school holidays 10 weeks a year off, but our work day was pretty long. The amount of hours and hours and hours I used to put in after school to mark reports, do assignments, drafts, the works, planning, like it just never ended. So all of that time accumulated, and therefore we had school holidays. Now, aside from the fact that yes, you do have to put in a lot of work during the normal week that you effectively, like, you don't get paid for, but you do in a sense. You get to the school holidays, which are supposed to be a time to plan and recoup, and that is exactly what I used to love about it. School holidays was just amazing. We would have weeks off. I don't have that opportunity as much anymore, and I definitely don't have a job where I could leave for 10 weeks of the year. I mean, it'd be great, but it doesn't work in that way. I know at work we have this no vacation policy, but I doubt that I could swing 10 weeks by, but I'll give it a red hot go. So if you had a teacher in school that you really enjoyed learning from, or that you can still remember, maybe like a favorite teacher or something, write a little story or let me know in the comments below or any of my socials. I'd love to hear about it. What did you like about those teachers that, you know, really enjoyed their job? What was it that kind of hooked you into their classes? Because I can tell you what, there are some amazing stories out there with people who just absolutely love their teachers, and I can bet you $1 million that that teacher was a good teacher. For now, if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, and as always, reach out to me in the comments below or on any of my socials. It has been absolutely awesome chatting with you again today. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you again next week. Bye.